Ramachandra Parabrahmane Namaha. We have to feel proud of having epics called Ramayana Mahabharata. Among them, Ramayana is an ideal work. It denotes the history of Rama, Sita, Lakshmana, etc. Ramayana is one of the holy work of our Indians, not only Hindus, even universal work. It is one of the best and famous work written by the sage Valmiki. Ramayana teaches us various lessons how to lead our life blissful on this earth. We can extract any kind of topic from Ramayana, though it held at Treta Yuga. Even for this age, for this Yuga, we can extract the merits and qualities of various characters to implement in our life. Whatever the subject, we can get from Ramayana. That is the greatness of Ramayana. The Ramayana stands an ideal way of life. It gives us how to live on this earth with ideology, how to maintain the ethics and morals. If does not follow, the consequences also shown in Ramayana. That's why Ramayana should be learnt by everyone. Even for business management, Ramayana gives us much more knowledge. How to become a good leader, HR, how to get the good result from HR and management. These types of subject matter can be extracted from Valmiki Ramayana, because every subject can be touched in Ramayana. It teaches us how to be a leader like Rama, how should not be like Ravana, even attrition, degradation like Ravana, and talent management, and also it gives us subject knowledge of the distribution of resources simultaneously to each and every one. Even we can know when to celebrate and when to give up. These type of subject knowledge can be attained. Even we have to bend the rules once in a while. Otherwise, you cannot succeed in your prosperous life. Even in nurturing business relations, for strategic alliances also can be extracted from the history of Rama and Sita. Even great leaders create more leaders. That is proved in Ramayana. Rama alone created many leaders like Hanuma, Sugriva, Jambava, etc. No? Angada. Like this, we can say so many leaders can be created by a good leader. Even we can get the value and importance of communication through Ramayana in the form of Hanuman. How he communicated the whereabouts of Sita in Lanka to Rama. Is it? At the same time, we can get so many planning the successions of nowadays can be gotten from Ramayana work. That is one of the beautiful sources we can get it. Even if you go through Ramayana, we can get efficient management lies in utilizing resource optimally. At the same time, we can draw the so many epic ethics, morals, everything through Ramayana for this generation to uplift their valuable life in a fruitful manner. Basing on this, Today, I took Ramayana for HR and management. Let us go through in detail. Kandarpakotilavanyam mandasmita subhechanam mahabhujam shyamavarnam Sitaramam bhajamyaham. Mythology, religion, and spirituality have several subtle and explicit lessons for how we should lead our lives. But one needs to realize that they are equally applicable to a workplace setting, as organizations are nothing but an extension of how people live their lives outside of their homes. Every year, a spectacle of light passes through the calendar, promising to bring with self-hope, change and happiness. The week-long festivities around Diwali mark the biggest event in the religious calendars of India and symbolize the return of Lord Rama from exile. In this context, it becomes essential to revisit the wisdom, lessons, and insights such epic tales give us in life. It becomes essential to revisit the wisdom. At the same time, we can reduce to gift exchanging and card parties will fail to bring in the expected change. We present five key takeaways, implicity and subtly derived from one of the longest poems in the world, Ramayana, for HR leaders and management. Let us find out the attributions of leadership. This one is no brainer. Despite exhaustive strategies and large amounts of resources at his disposal, Ravana lost the war mainly because of the kind of leader he was. Arrogant, distant, and fear-inducing leaders who leave no room for feedback might take the team down in them, no matter the scale at which they operate. Ravana operated on the assumption that he could never be wrong and considered the world his playground, making the rules himself, which did cost him and his empire. Leaders by nature should be accommodative, approachable, and humble enough to consider each and every member of the team. And most importantly, must be able to admit their shortcomings and be willing to work on them. If a certain employee lacks any of these skills, despite being massively technically talented, they need extensive grooming before taking any leadership role. Attrition means weakening. Anyone who joins in an organization is bound to save someday or leave someday. Rather than boiling down this process to a number which states a percentage of the workforce that exists, it is essential to understand the reason behind the disassociation. Had Ravana taken a moment to assess the reasons why Vibhishan left his side, he could have probably averted his fate. What's ironic is that Vibhishana playing a detrimental role in the downfall of Ravana. And similarly, every talented employee that leaves an organization is an opportunity lost. It is important to understand whether the individual failed to adopt according to the organization and did not have the prerequisite skills, or did the organization not provided him with opportunities to grow and learn. Talent management and distribution of resources. Nala and Neela, though make a fleeting appearance in a cameo, play an essential part in the tale. Had it not been for them, the army would never have had crossed the sea. The Ramayana would not have been the same. Hanuman, who was speedy and agile, was chosen to complete the impossible task of collecting medicine for an injured Lakshman against time. But a closer look reveals that all these critical characters were just soldiers in the army until it was decided that their skills should be utilized for other important purposes. Similarly, restricting people to their job descriptions, despite them being adept at other skills, is unfair to them and the organization. How the organization uses a varied skill set and networks of its employees is very important in the larger picture. Let us know when to celebrate and when to give up. It becomes essential to revisit larger goals and organization objectives and ensure they are in line with the initial vision with the competitive deadlines and deliverables. Timely assessing the input of resources against the output they provide is critical for realignment of strategies. Had Ravana taken a moment to audit the losses he and his army had undertaken and factored in the loss of his brother and son as opposed to the goal he was chasing, given the wisdom he had, he would probably have taken a different decision. Thus, it becomes critical to assess deliverables in terms of input and output resources, time and effort periodically to timely change strategies and prevent wastages of resources. Let us bend the rules once in a while. Traditional and conventional rules have existed in HR and management for almost a century now, and though they serve as an integral base to policy and regulation, organizations must be flexible enough to change the rules of the game once in a while. Even individuals must not be a sticker of rules if they do more harm than good. Sita's head of god Trijata in the popular versions of the story defines the general role of a demoness and is overly kind to Sita, something not expected of her. There needs to be a realization that rules are meant to help people and their working, and if they prove to be counterproductive, they must be attained or they must be altered or done away with. So managers and leaders do not be afraid to adapt the existing experience and knowledge according to what for your organization, for that is what makes all the difference. Mythology, religion, and spirituality all have several subtle and explicit lessons for how we should lead our lives. But one needs to realize that they are equally applicable to a workplace setting, as organizations are nothing but an extension of how people live their lives outside of their homes. Diwali is thus also a gentle reminder of how people are at the center of organization and workplace, and how we need to remind our values or ourselves of the lessons that such stories teach us. Ramayana stands as one of the Hindu epic mythology. A wise man won't just look Ramayana as a story but also as a medium of education. Over years, sages and gurus have exposed the significance of doing dharma. Ramayana teaches us the lessons of leadership, governance, and management not only in books but also in a few esteemed management institutions. Let us now dwell into the business lessons that we can learn from the Ramayana. Number one, nurturing business relations for strategic alliances. If there was anyone in the Ramayana who was having best of the managerial characteristics, then it was Sugriva. He showed traits of a great manager by getting Rama to work consequently and getting back his kingdom from brothers stronger than him. His managerial skills are seen in other instances as well, especially when he had Angad to work for him. Imagine Sugriva to be a mediocre manager. Angad could become one of their arch rivals. A good manager proves time and again that business run on a good relationship, and an ideal manager would value good relations with the employees, clients, etc. to make it count for the organization. Lord Rama was one such master of fostering good relations. Consider the end of a battle between Rama and Ravana, wherein even on Ravana's deathbed, where he was wounded, lying on the battlefield, he threw light on few of the essential life lessons he learned in life. Great leaders, great more leaders. When Hanuman successfully discovered Sita's whereabouts, he, on his own choice, set aflame on the city of Lanka. This decision of Hanuman disgruntled Rama. This led to Hanuman not looking further decision for his own. But being a great leader that Rama was, he removed himself from the sense where further decision making was involved. This was to let Hanuman revive his own decision making capability. Consider this scenario in the war where Mahiravana abducted Rama and Lakshmana with intent to drag them to the Patala Loka. It was Hanuman who had the right intellect and physical prowess to rescue them. Eventually, Hanuman succeeded in rescuing Rama and Lakshmana. What Rama did here is something that every leader should be living, creating more leaders within the organization to succeed in achieving a common goal. Through this, let us get a lesson. A true leader is the one who creates leaders around. This is a very steep task, but when he followed the caution, it will have people around within the organization who are capable of taking independent decisions for collective good. The importance of communication. When something important is communicated, stick to it. We all know about the battle of Bali and demon Maya Devi. One of their fights landed in the cave where Sugriva was ordained by Bali to stay out and keep a watch over the cave till the time he emerges look back. It was almost years wait, and neither of Bali or the Mayavi came out. Sugriva thought they must have killed each other in the battle, and therefore he returned to Kishkinda and took the ruler's throne while also marrying Tara, Wali's wife, to be his own. Nevertheless, Wali returned later seeing Sugriva as king and his wife as Sugriva's wife. Wali felt betrayed. By this, we can get a lesson. The root cause of fatal enmity between the two brothers Sugriva and Wali had its roots in awful miscommunication. A managerial lesson here is beware of miscommunication at any point within the organization, be it acquisition or in talent management. Next, fourth one, planning the succession. The king of Ayodhya, Dasharatha's plan to place Rama at the helm of affairs was interrupted by Kaikeyi. Surely it was obvious to place Rama on throne considering he was the elder one and that he was liked by all the people in the kingdom. Referring to Raghuvamsha of Kalidasa, where Ramayana is extended to Lava-Kusha, it is written that Rama divided the kingdom equally between Lava and Kusha. Successful companies are the ones who have great development plans for their top performers, just like the succession plan for a kingdom. Essentially, a good leader will always choose to groom potential managers and employees to ensure long-term retention. Fifth one, efficient management lies in utilizing resource optimally. How? Rama represents a skillful manager, utilizing the available resources optimally to gain maximum out of maximum. These skills are evident even during the war with Ravana. The crucial one was the act of building a bridge over the sea to reach Lanka. While there were a lot of thoughts on how to cross the sea, Rama took 3 days for meditating and later on suggested to create a bridge. He picked up the right people for the right job. 2 of his army men, Nala and Neela. They were skilled in making a bridge and constructing things. Rama also gathered local tribals, got them trained from his team to help Nala and Neela build a bridge at earliest. The bridge was constructed within a few days and thereafter helped Rama and his army to reach Lanka. Needs to be motivated by what a manager highly thinks of them. Rama has had his faith in Nala and Neela while assigning them the duty. Same goes for the modern day manager who vests responsibility with an utmost faith in getting things done. Drawing conclusion from this epic mythology, form and lay a strategic vision and mission that serves a value system. A good leader is the one who orchestrates the entire conduction of an event that delivers expected results. Break your big plans in small pieces based on periodic strategies and annual plan with reference to the target. And always evaluate your triumphs based on the available resources and its ownership to the immediate strategy. Ramayana is one of such Indian epics that has a vast potential to change our everyday human life. Be it in the management or in personal life, it never ceases to inspire us in small instances, even after ages. Every year, a spectacle of light passes through the calendar, promising to bring with itself hope, change, and happiness. The week long festivities around mark the biggest event in the religious calendar of India and symbolize the return of Lord Rama from exile. In this context, it becomes essential to revise or to revisit the wisdom, lessons, and insights such epic tales give us in life, work, and everything else. The essence of the celebration, if reduced to gift exchanging and card parties, will fail to bring in the expected change. If we present five key takeaways implicitly and subtly derived from one of the longest poems in the world, Ramayana, for HR readers and management. Leadership. There is no barrier despite exhaustive strategies and large amount of resources at his disposal. Ravana lost war mainly because of the kind of a leader he was. Arrogant, distant, and fear-inducing leaders who leave no room for feedback might take the team down with them no matter the scale at which they operate. In this way, we have to be careful during these critical times. Leaders by nature should be accommodative, approachable, but it is not so easy to be accessible also. If a certain employee lacks any of these skills, despite being massively technically talented, they need extensive grooming before taking any leadership role. In this way, we can get lots of information, subject matter from Ramayana. So each and every character depicted by Valmiki not only suits for those Treta Yuga, even it can be implemented even in this Kali Yuga also. Any kind of results can be attained by proper planning. That type of planning was made by Valmiki in his Ramayana through the various characters, whether it may be good plan or bad plan, but the result may be positive or negative. It was implemented with good planning of Rama, with the suggestions of Sugriva, who was a great geologist, showed the entire directions to his monkey army in search of Sita's whereabouts. That is a good leadership of Sugriva, who knew very well about geology. Rama is in all. Hanuman is very good in eloquent in speech. From him we have to know how a leader should deliver the result. When Hanuman returned from Lanka after meeting Sita, approached Rama and said, I saw Sita, Sita was seen by me. It's a very beautiful result is given. He did not explain his great achievements and these. Finally, he did not say the result. Because a person whose centers expecting the result, that result should be delivered first. Later only we have to tell if they are our achievements. That too if they ask. Otherwise we should be keep quiet. Such a wonderful character sketched by Valmiki in the form of Hanuman. In this way, you can take any character, it will be implemented according to these days business management, HR management, leadership qualities, and all other things. That's why we are always indebted to the sage Valmiki, who gave us such a precious information, precious values, ethics, everything to update our life cycle. So we are fortunate to have Ramayana as our own epic. In this regard, let us salute to Valmiki. Shri Kantai Kalyan Nite Nitedram Shri Venkatanivasaయ Srinivasaya Mangalam Mangalasasana Parepadaacharya Purogami Sarvaisya Purvairacharya Satkruta Yastu Mangalam.